Hey guys, welcome to Jack's Beautiful You. Today's video, we're going to be testing out some fragrances. Some of these fragrances are pretty new releases. Some of them are not so new releases. Some of these are really popular. They've been out for a while, but I just never had a chance to try them. I was super curious about them. I needed to see whether or not these fragrances would be full bottle worthy. Am I going to spend my hard-earned money on these fragrances and bring them into my collection? Or am I going to pass on them? If you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. Thank you so much for clicking on my thumbnail today. I really appreciate you being here. And to my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for all your continued support. I truly appreciate you. Without further ado, let's get into this video. All right, so I'm going to scoot over here so I can put pictures of the fragrances up on the screen. All right, so the first 6 fragrances I have to talk about, I have decants of, and I received them from the Fragrance Decant Boutique. And they reached out to me and asked if I was interested in checking them out. They're a decant store. They do samples all the way from 1 ml samples to 30 ml samples, travel sizes, all that, purse sprays, so that you can test out really popular fragrances. They have everything from niche to designer to even some Middle Eastern scents, which Middle Eastern scents, they can get expensive after a while, even though they're more affordable. If you have 6 Middle Eastern fragrances that you want to try, and you buy all 6, you just blind buy them, and 4 of them don't work out for you, that was some money that you just, you know what I mean, that you just spent on that. So I think it's nice that they have options. So it's not just niche, it's designer, niche, and some Middle Eastern scents. So I will leave their information in the description box, their website, so you can check it out. I do know they offer some subscription services as well. So if you're interested in that, again, I'll leave their website in the description box. We won't get into all that. You can check it out for yourself if you're interested. Or if you don't want to do their subscription service, you can just go to their website and purchase decants if you're interested. I think it's great to have multiple places that you can go to for samples and decants and things like that. It really helps us not to have to blind buy these fragrances, right? And I'm really glad that I got to try these fragrances from them, because there are a few that I was pretty sure I was going to add to my wish list that have been taken off of my wish list. So thank goodness I got to try them first. So like I said, the first 6 I'm going to talk about came from the Fragrance Decant Boutique. And thank you guys so much for sending me these decants. I really appreciate it. I do have a code with them. It is JAX15 if you want to save 15% off of your order. Okay, the first one I want to talk about is a fragrance that has been on the market for a long time. This is not new, but I had never had a chance to smell it, and I'm so glad I finally did. This is super hyped up. It's an older fragrance. It's by Dior, and this is Greve Dior. So this is actually what my decant looks like, and you just twist this and the decant comes out. And I've been playing with this one and wearing it and trying to get my thoughts on it. So Greve Dior is a fragrance I was super curious about because I've heard so many people classify this as elegant, classic, timeless, all those things, right? And I thought I would love this. This is a rose patchouli kind of fragrance, but I wasn't sure. This has moss in it. It has some earthiness in it, and I wasn't sure if the patchouli would be the kind of patchouli that I like. I like warm, clean patchouli that's less on the earthy side, but I have to say Greve Dior is pretty earthy. It's beautiful. I do understand the hype of this fragrance, but it's just not for me. I've worn it several times and I like it. I do like it, but it smells a little vintage, a little old-fashioned, and a little too earthy for me. I'm very sensitive to oak moss. I definitely pick that up in here. And the more I wear it, the more I just realize I don't need a full bottle. But I am happy that I got to finally try Greve Dior, because I feel like I'm the last person on the planet to try this fragrance. And I like it, but I don't love it enough to get a full-size bottle. So that one's been taken off my wish list. All right, up next we have by Sospiro. This is Vibrato. So this is a fragrance that had been pretty hyped up and I needed to get my nose on it. I'm not super familiar with the House of Sospiro. I really want to check them out a little bit more. I do have to say I can understand the hype behind Vibrato. I feel like it smells nice. It smells really, really nice, but when I tested it for myself, I realized that even though I like the way that it smells, it's a little too fresh spicy for me. It's kind of citrusy. It almost kind of smells pine, not really like pine needles, but there's like a fresh, spicy, piney kind of feel to the fragrance. And I think it smells really good on my husband. I found it to be really masculine. I know it says it's unisex, and I know there are women who really enjoy this fragrance, but it wasn't for me. Not that I think it's bad. The performance was really good. I could definitely smell this wafting off of me, and I think as far as performance is concerned and the quality of the fragrance is concerned, I think it's really good. So if it's your scent profile, I do recommend it, but for me personally, it leaned just a little too much fresh, spicy green and a little too masculine for my personal taste. I think it's nice, but I'm gonna go ahead and pass on Vibrato. All right, also from the Fragrance Decant Boutique, I did receive Mind Games Double Attack, and I was so excited when I went on their website and saw that they had Mind Games decants available. I was like, yes, because I'm so curious about that house. I've tried a few from the house now, and I thought for sure Double Attack was going to be an absolute yes for me. It does smell nice. I will say that. I do like it. I like it. This is a warm, spicy chocolate fragrance. There's cinnamon in here as well, which I really enjoy. The cinnamon, I picked that up. I'm looking at my notes here. I said warm, spicy chocolate cinnamon, good, but faded way too fast. The performance of this just isn't there. And I think this is supposed to be an extrait, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but it doesn't perform like an extrait. And I put, it's good, but not worth the money. So I did give this, as you can see from the decant, I really wanted to give this some wears, some good wears. Yeah, I was really trying to make up my mind because so far the only fragrance that I am just madly in love with from Mind Games is French Defense. That one I probably will break down and get. I think that one is worth the price, and Double Attack is really, really nice. I like the way it smells for sure, but it's too expensive. It retails for $375. For $375, I need my perfumes to last longer than this. It's too quiet, it fades too quickly, and it's way too expensive. And I like the way it smells, but I don't love it enough to purchase it. So I like it, but it's going to be a pass for me. So that is by Mind Games Double Attack. Okay, this next one is not new. I think this one came out in like 2002. But I've heard Chris from the Perfume Nest talk about this one, and it sounded right up my alley. So this is by, I think it's Profumum Roma. I'm sorry if I butchered that. And is it Acqua e Zucchero? I'll put a picture of it with the correct spelling of it up on the screen so you can see in case I completely butchered the pronunciation of that. But I've heard her talk about this being like a cotton candy, vanilla, sweet, fruity fragrance. And I have to say, I absolutely love this. It is so delicious, you guys. It is definitely fruity. I get the fruity. There's no cotton candy notes, I don't think, in here, but it kind of reminds me of like sponge sugar, cotton candy, really delicious, sweet perfume, very feminine leaning with really, really good performance, by the way. The performance was awesome. Yeah, I put good performance. Definitely get the vanilla as it dries down. At first you get this like sugary, sweet, fruity sponge sugar cotton candy feel, but as the perfume dries down you get a lot of the vanilla, which I absolutely love. It is very simple. It's very linear. It's really not a complex fragrance. What you see is what you get. If you want to smell like cotton candy and sponge sugar and fruity, delicious vanilla, then yes, this is going to be right up your alley. And I really, like I said, love the performance. I was getting these wafts of this off of my skin, and I just absolutely loved the wearing experience of this fragrance. I see myself getting a full bottle of this soon. It's delicious. Okay, another one I have been dying to try for the longest time. People were talking about this, especially fall, winter. People talk about this one a lot. This is by Teo Cabanel, and this is Cafe Cabanel. And this perfume, it's funny because when I first got this and tried it and sprayed it, I only sprayed one spray on the back of my hand to test it out. And I was like, this is it. This is what everybody raves about. You know, this is supposed to be like a warm, spicy, cinnamon, delicious, buttery, coffee, caramel, vanilla scent, right? It's supposed to be just this delicious, delicious fragrance. And it seemed really light and lacking to me. And I thought, okay, see, this is why you can't just judge off of like a tiny sample where you can only get a couple of sprays. So I took the decant out and I just sprayed it all over, and I gave myself a full wearing experience, and it was completely different than my first opinion. Originally I thought, no, I'm not gonna, it's not worth it, it's too light, it's not giving. But then when I had this, all the sprays, and I got the full wearing experience, I completely changed my mind and fell in love. So this definitely has cinnamon and coffee in it, I get that for sure. And then I said I get a hint of the orange in here. There's mandarin orange. And then to me, this is less lactonic and more buttery. I got a lot of that buttery, and there's butter in here, and I definitely got this buttery feel to the fragrance, almost more like creamy buttery. And I really, really like that. And then as it dries down, I got a lot of the vanilla and the caramel, and yeah, it's beautiful. It's not a super strong fragrance though. I was expecting it to be a little louder than what it is. But I was definitely smelling it on myself, and I was just enjoying it so much. And I feel like right now I probably won't get it because I wouldn't wear this right now. I'm completely shifted over to spring in my mind, and I want my fruity, floral, musky scents, but I can see myself picking up Café Cabanel come fall time. So this will eventually be added into my collection. So that is by Teo Cabanel, Café Cabanel. Okay, this next one I am so glad I got a decant of. So happy. There was a sale not too long ago from Joma Shop. They had a flash sale on Parfums de Marly fragrances, and I picked up two of them that I had already tried and knew I absolutely wanted. I got Saffronade and I got Valaya. And I was this close to putting Cassili in my cart, but I had never smelled Cassili, so I didn't know for sure. And there was something inside of me saying, don't do it, because a lot of people say they get peach from the fragrance, and peach is a very iffy note for me. There's no peach actually listed in the notes, but it smells like peach, and I definitely get that. So I'm so happy I got a decant of this, you guys, because this is a hard pass for me. Definitely peach for sure. So I got peach, even though there's no peach listed. And there's a lot of florals. I think there's like frangipani in here and some other florals, I'm not sure. So it's peachy, fruity, floral. I think there might be some like vanilla and sandalwood in the base. A lot of people say that this is a super creamy fragrance, and I get that. It does have a creamy feel to it, but on my skin, it turns into straight up peach bathroom air freshener. I was so sad. I mean, I'm kind of happy because, you know, that's another expensive perfume that I'm not going to add into my collection, but I kind of did. I like the bottle. The bottle's really pretty. I like the color, and I kind of wanted to complete, you know, my collection, like add her in. But anyway, Cassili is absolutely not for me, and I think it's a skin chemistry issue because when I spray it on paper, I like it. I don't love it, but I like it. I get that peach feel, and it's kind of like a peachy vibe that I don't enjoy. But when I put it on my skin, it really goes wrong. I don't like it at all. So yeah, not working for me. Cassili is a pass. All right, up next, I tried from Sora Dora Malo, and I wasn't about to blind buy this fragrance because I really struggle with violet. Everybody has said this is a violet heavy fragrance, but I was curious. I tried Janny and I was completely disappointed with Janny. You know, Sora Dora has just really been miss for me. I just really can't find a perfume from them that I absolutely love, but I will say that Mallow is pretty good. I was kind of surprised at how much I liked it. Again, I'm not a violet person, so I just didn't know what to expect, but the violet in here, it's candied violet, and it smells nice. It's not sharp or harsh or piercing like I find a lot of violet to be. It's not that weird. Sometimes violet can be sharp and piercing, or sometimes mixed with certain notes, violet can come across to my nose as medicinal. and it doesn't do that at all in here. It said, I put in my notes that it smells like raspberry and candied violets, and it does. It's really pretty. I shockingly was surprised. I'd say out of all the Sora Dora fragrances that I've tried, Malo is probably my favorite. I said it's very powdery. It is powdery for sure. It's really nice if you like violet. If you like violet fragrances, I think you should definitely check it out. I do recommend it. I did put in here that the dry down is nice, but the violets do get stronger on my skin. And this is a like. It's a strong like, but it's not a love. I actually found another perfume that I'm going to talk about today that has violet in it, that smells like raspberry and violet candies, that I like a lot better, and I'm going to go with that one. Okay, this next one, you guys, was probably the most disappointing fragrance of everything I'm going to talk about today. I was so excited for this perfume. I was super close to blind buying this when I heard about it, when it was released, and I saw the notes and the breakdown of the perfume and who it is by. I just knew I was going to love this. It has everything that I love in a perfume. This is by Initio, and this is Narcotic Delight. I hate this perfume. I'm so sorry. If you love this perfume, then you know what? Love it. Love it, wear it, love it. I hated it. I had to scrub it off of me. I just have to be honest with you guys. I was so shocked. Like, I was so shocked at how much I hate this perfume. Well, okay, I shouldn't be that shocked because I really dislike Side Effect as well. And on paper, Side Effect is a perfume that I should love. I don't know if there's something with the boozy notes of Initio that just don't work with me. But anyway, this is a no. I put in my notes no and caps. And then I put I hate it. It's black pepper overload in the opening. Now, to be fair, I'm extremely sensitive to black pepper. I can pick out black pepper like a bloodhound, not just in my perfumes, in my food, everything. Too much black pepper is a no for me. I can handle it in small doses in some fragrances, but this one was just an absolute no. It was black pepper overload. And it smelled like medicine. It smelled medicinal to me. The cognac that is in here, normally I love cognac. I love boozy notes. But the boozy notes in Side Effect and the boozy notes in Narcotic Delight just do not mesh with my skin chemistry at all. It smells so bad. And I put that the tobacco, as the tobacco starts to dry down, it smells smoky and ashy, like it smelled like an ashtray. So I got black pepper, medicine, and an ashtray in this fragrance, and I absolutely could not get it off of me fast enough. I had to scrub it off of me. So do not blind buy Narcotic Delight. There are plenty of places where you can get samples. Please test them out first, or please test it out first before you buy it, because it is not a safe blind buy, and it is an extremely hard pass for me. So that is by Initio Narcotic Delight. All right, up next we have by Montale. This is Lucky Candy. I was really cautiously optimistic because I had heard some people say that this is really, really nice and doesn't have that classic synthetic, metallic, harsh note that is in a lot of Montales. So I've been decluttering a lot of my Montales because of that. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? It's kind of like metallic and sharp in a lot of their fragrances, but I heard from a lot of people that this one didn't have that. So I have to say it doesn't. It doesn't have that synthetic weird note that I find in so many of them. The only other one I don't get that in is Chocolate Greedy, which I still own and absolutely love Chocolate Greedy. This one just is beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's sweet. I said it has a bright opening. It's definitely got a hint of some tropical going on. It's got some coconut in here for sure that I pick up on it. It's delicious. And then there's lots and lots of this yummy marshmallow, which I am a huge, huge fan of marshmallow fragrances. And there's a hint of a small, clean vibe in the fragrance, but not too much. I think there's Lily of the Valley in here, and sometimes that gives me slight, clean, like shampoo vibes, but just a tiny touch. I put that there's a sweet, warm base, vanilla, toffee, and amber, And yes, no artificial metallic synthetic harsh smell. And I put, yes, this is full bottle worthy. The performance was really good. It was wafting off of me. I was enjoying the combination of that tropical, yummy, coconut, marshmallowy, sweet, vanilla and toffee combo. It's really, really nice. And I definitely want a full bottle of it. All right, guys, this next one, I'm a little embarrassed to tell you guys this, but here we go. I'm just going to be real. I thought this was a new release because I had never heard of it before. But apparently it's not. I think this has been out since 2017. So I was on Lucky Scent's website and I was looking around and I just happened to see this fragrance from Xerjoff. It's called Via Cavour I. I was like, is this a new release from Xerjoff? I was just looking around and I thought, I really need to check this out. And so I went ahead and I got a sample and then I looked it up. I didn't pay too much attention to it, but then when I got it, I looked it up, looked at the notes, and I realized it's been out since 2017. And I don't know why. I don't know why people don't talk about it. So then I thought, well, then it's probably not any good, right? I don't hear anyone talk about this fragrance. Maybe they do and I've just been under a rock. I'm not sure, but I don't remember people speaking about it. It's got to be terrible. So I was really nervous, but it was love at first sniff. Why don't people talk about this fragrance, you guys? This was so good. I even put in my notes, why does no one talk about this? Question mark. This is so beautiful. I put that it's beautiful, sweet, fruity, unique, complex. It's got some chocolate, but it's not too chocolatey. It's very warm, ambery. It's got lots and lots of rose and patchouli all mixed together. It's very, very complex. The wearing experience of this fragrance is magical. It is magical. And I put love and I underlined love like a few times. And I put absolutely, yes, I want a full bottle of this. This is so, so, so good. I think there's a little bit of oud in here too, but it's not too much. I think Xerjoff does oud really well. I'm able to tolerate a lot of fragrances with oud in it from Xerjoff, like La Capitale. I love that fragrance and it has oud in it and it's noticeable, but it's not a weird, skanky kind of oud, at least not to my nose. It's an oud that I can really enjoy. The patchouli is nice. It goes really, really well with the chocolatey. It's like a chocolatey patchouli. It goes well with the chocolate note. It's not overly earthy, and the rose in here is just to die for. It's absolutely to die for. It is so warm. It is so ambery. It is so good performing. This was wafting. I mean, it was giving me all the wafts. I love this fragrance, you guys. Seriously, why does no one talk about this? It is so amazing, and this will absolutely be a full bottle in my collection. I just want to wait till fall winter because it's very strong and it's very fall winter smelling for me. But you can believe, you better believe that this fragrance will absolutely be added into my collection as soon as I start getting in the mood for fall fragrances again. Okay, this next one is the one that I was telling you guys. I like this one better than Malo. This is by Giardini Di Toscana, and this is Celeste. Whoa. I didn't think I'd like this, you guys, because again, I'm not a big violet person, but wow, the way the violet is done in here is absolutely stunning. It's like the sweetest candied violets without any of the stuff I don't like in violet. It's so, so good. It's got raspberry and violet, and it is similar to Malo, but in my opinion, it's the better version. And it also has lime in it, and I love it. I love that lime feel. You can definitely pick it up. It's not overpowering, but somehow, some way, the lime and the raspberry and the violets, the candied violets mixed together, it's so good. It is so good. This is an absolute yes. I absolutely have to have this in my collection. Oh, there's vanilla sugar in the base, so it's a sweet, delicious violet perfume. For someone who doesn't even love violets, I love this. I love it. Love this perfume. It is so good, and I put absolutely yes. All right, another house that I've been decluttering a lot of fragrances of lately, but Montale and Mancera have redeemed themselves. They've redeemed themselves because this next one is by Mancera, and this is Amore Caffe. Lots of people were telling me about this one, saying that it's amazing, and I have to agree. This was a love at first sniff. Love, love, love this fragrance. It is coffee and amaretto. It is so good. It is so, so good. And then there is vanilla ice cream in this fragrance, and I definitely picked that up, and it is delicious. It's creamy. It's wonderful. It is wonderful. There's brown sugar in here too. I just adore this fragrance. I have yes in all caps and underlined. This was amazing, and the wearing experience was beautiful, really good performance, and yeah, when fall winter hits, I will definitely pick this up. This is definitely a fall winter fragrance for me. All right, up next we have by Goldfield Banks. This is Silky Woods, the Elixir. So this one, I like Silky Woods. I have a decant of Silky Woods, and I don't know if I'll ever get a full-size bottle because it's only kind of it's a like for me. It's not a just all-out love. I was curious about the Elixir, and let me tell you, you guys, this was a hard pass for me. It is so woody. It has way too much woody notes in it, and it is extremely masculine. There's also some oak moss in here, and I definitely pick up the oak moss, and it is, I don't like it. I don't like it. The woody, the masculine, the oak moss, you put it all together, and it was just a hard pass for me. So I actually scrubbed this one off. I can't tell you about the performance because I didn't give it enough time. I just wanted it off. I definitely prefer the OG Silky Woods to the Elixir. This is just, no, I don't like this one at all. All right, up next we have two from the House of Sillage, the two newest releases, I believe they are. I got these from Greta Beth's website, which is another really fantastic place to get samples and decants. House of Sillage is not easy to find samples. I mean, they have discovery kits and stuff like that, but what if you just want to get a sample of House of Sillage? Go to Greta Beth's website. She has them, and that's where I got mine from. So I will leave her information in the description box as well. Definitely recommend checking out her site. But this first one is Tweety. And the bottle, oh my gosh, is this the cutest thing in the world? I absolutely love the bottle. The bottle is just an absolute win for me. 10 out of 10. However, this one didn't work out for me. I didn't like this one much. This had fruity notes mixed with white florals, and I just said it smells off. There's something about the fruits in here. I think there's peach and apple and maybe some lemon. And somehow the combination of those fruity notes, they didn't mesh well. They seemed to be like competing against each other, and they didn't seem to really flow together. It didn't make sense to my nose. And then mixed with the florals, it really just seemed off. Like it just didn't go together in my mind and in my nostrils and on my skin. I really didn't like this one. I don't like lemon, apple, and peach together apparently, or the way that they did it, I didn't like it. And I put the peach and the apple seemed to clash in the fragrance. It really did. So that one was just an absolute no for me. I don't know anything about the longevity or the performance because I didn't like it. When I sprayed it, I was like, no, I don't like this. So I washed it off. But the bottle is absolutely, I'm so mad because I would love to have that bottle, but I'm not buying that fragrance. I don't like it. The other one is Bugs Bunny. Now this one is also super cute. That bottle is adorable. 10 out of 10 for the bottle. Again, this one I really like. This one was a yes for me. This one is raspberry. I seem to be having a raspberry moment. I don't know what's up with that. There's something slightly green in here, and I don't typically like green fragrances, but it's nice in here. It seems it's unique. This is a unique scent. This isn't just your typical fragrance with some, I think there's some patchouli in here. It's not just your typical fruity floral patchouli fragrance. This was unique, and the greenness in here was smooth. It wasn't sharp or harsh or bitter to my nose, and I actually really liked it in here. It's definitely floral. It's got some warm patchouli, which I really like the patchouli that's in here. The patchouli to me is warm and clean. It's a tiny bit earthy, but not too much to where it's too on the earthy side to where it smells like dirt. It still has that clean, warm feel to it that I really enjoy. It says that there's whipped cream in this fragrance, but I didn't pick up anything like whipped cream in here. I'm not getting that. But I said that it was very interesting. It was a very interesting wearing experience. It wasn't a love at first sniff. When I first wore it, I was trying to figure out how I felt about it. But the more I wore the fragrance, the more I liked it. And I think this is a yes. I think I will be adding this one into my collection. I do really enjoy it. I really appreciate how unique and interesting it really is. and I think the bottle is to die for. So House of Sillage Bugs Bunny is a yes for me. All right, guys, and that's it for today's video. Those are 15 fragrances I've been testing out. I've been testing fragrances like a crazy person. I feel like I'm just constantly trying a new fragrance and testing it out every single day, trying to determine which ones I just needed to take off my wish list and which ones I needed to add. But those are my thoughts and opinions on those fragrances, and I would definitely love to hear from you. I want to know, have you tried any of these, and what do you think? Do you like them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Do you think they are full bottle worthy or not? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody is having an amazing day, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.